Hello everyone, today we are going to create this cool VFX in Blender. You can see the before and after the results. So let's take a look again for the final shot. Welcome to my channel. Subscribe now for amazing upcoming tutorials. So let's start our amazing tutorial. I have shared the link of this video in my description. You can simply download the video from that link, and when you click on that video you will come to this page, and on this page I have downloaded it in full HD. Select the size and download selected. After clicking the download button, your downloading will be started. Here I have my video. Now we will need a screenshot of the video which we will import into the FSPY to set the orientation and camera for our video in Blender. So for this we have two methods. One is VLC player and second is Blender. I will share with you the both ways. You can follow the one which you want. So first one is VLC media player. Open the video in VLC media player and go into video and take snapshot. That's it. That is so simple. Where do you have this screenshot? And second one is the Blender. Go into the video editing tab. If you can't see it, just go click on the plus button, video editing. Okay, after add movie and select your video file. So I will open it and you will have imported the video. And after this just simply go into the render image and save as, and save it what you want. Please simply name it and you will have the render of this image. Okay, so now we will import that image into the FSPY. Okay, so let's open our image we have just created. File, open image in the directory of image, and we have opened the image in FSPY. Now we have Y and X axis, but we need Y and Z axis. So now let's just change the X axis to the Z axis. Now let's set the first Z axis. So you can see the axis orientation. Let me turn on the box guide and check the orientation is good or not. Now you can see this line is aligning with that but not aligning at this side. So we will change some orientation from there. Wait a little bit. Okay, so dimensions adjusted. Now let's save the file. Now open the Blender and import that FSPY file into the Blender. We have opened the Blender and now we will import the FSPY file which we have just saved. From file, import and FSPY. And if you don't see this option, it means you don't have installed the FSPY add-on. So simply just go into the edit, preference, add-ons, install. Just select the add-on file and install it. For file, import FSPY, select that file. So you can see we have set up our scene with FSPY camera. Now let's create the cube and check the orientations. So we have a little bit changes, but we will adjust it later. Okay, so let me adjust the I'm turning off extra things which we don't want to say in this scene. Okay, so select the camera and increase the opacity. Now you can easily work on this viewport. Select this face. I will use the shortcut from your keyboard 1 2 3. 3 for the face, 2 for the edge and 1 for the vertex. First scale is on the axis. First scale on Z axis. Scale from Y axis. Okay, we're good to go. Now select this face and just scale it. Edge mode, bevel it. And shades mode. Now create the edge loop for the screen part. Now select these faces, select these two faces, shift select Okay, so now Alt E, road along the normals, just scale it a little bit. Now select this first part, this will be our screen, separate it, rename it screen. I'm just hiding it from viewport for the time being. Now select this edge and deselect these two edge, select these two, press F. Okay, let me turn on render viewport. Make it transparent. Let me create the two borders, top and bottom, to give a realistic look. Extrude on the axis. Increase the selection by holding Ctrl and plus from your keyboard. Now let's set me the view. Already extrude along the normals. This is good to me. Follow the same steps from this side also. Select the edge, Shift D, duplicate and separate selection. Edit mode, press A, vertex select, and on Z axis. Okay. First select the face orientation, so it's flipped. Now select the faces, mesh, normal, recalculate outside. Okay, so now already fold along the normals. Okay, so we have created two borders. Now okay, let me add the materials on this also first. Hold out mat, principal to hold out. Okay, let me add another material for the inside. Let me select these three faces and assign this material. Let me create a new material for the border. Let me change this color for the time being. Select the faces, increase the selection. Now we can simply increase the selection like this. Okay, add the border material on it. Okay, so we are good to go. Let's set this material first. Shader editor. Okay, for the materials, I will just simply share you with the screenshots of the material setup which I have did in my tutorial. So you can simply pause the video and you can follow the same setup. This will help me to keep the tutorial length short. Okay, let me add the STRI first. Delete this, create a new one, environment texture, and open the directory where you have saved the STRI. Okay, let me change its rotation for the shadows. By pressing Ctrl T, you can add this mapping nodes, and if your shortcut is not working, it means you don't have enabled the node wrangler add-on. You can simply enable from settings, add-ons, search for node wrangler and make this on. Okay, so now let me okay, we are done with this. Now we'll set up our particles. Create a plane, rotate on x-axis, scale it. Let me change the viewport options. Apply the transform. Now let's set up our particles. Okay, 200, 200 and 200. Let me add the timeline. So you can see our particle emitting but we need our custom objects here, so we can change its material to our desire. Let me add spheres, shade smooth. I will do 4 variations. You can do as much as you like. This will be the small from this first one, and this will be small from this. Okay, let me create a material for this. Sphere 1. Link the same material for these two. Link materials. Now we have the same materials. This also, and on this set the sphere to material. Okay, so now let's set up the materials. Shader editor. Select the first one. I'm going to copy this color up node. Okay, add a hue saturation node. Now create this material for this class. 0.4. Now let's add a look from the viewport. Okay, select our emission plane, particles plane from the setting of this. Now change this render option to collection and move our spheres to the. You can simply press M and create the new collection and select the collection from here, and you can see it's emitting our objects. Scale the increasing. You can see now if we play, it will emit our objects. Now let's just change the particle setting to the physics, floats 2 kg, increase the object velocity, and to the physics. Now tap into advanced and deflection, size on deflect, and 1.42. Okay, and now integration. No, now just play the animation, check it out. So you can see it's working, but it's passing through the our object. Now add a collision on this, so it will collide with that shape. Now you can see, and we have created our particle completely. And if you liked it, please don't forget to subscribe. It will motivate me and support me to create further cool tutorials for you. Now you can see. So we have done our animation. Let me just change its material. I think this is good to go. So our animation is completed. Now let's just import our shoes into the scene. You can check the qualities of these shoes because these are the premium shoes files that I have shared free with you. So guys, please don't forget to subscribe. Now let's just copy, import it into our file. Select the shoes and move it here. I will move it here. Let's create a shadow catcher for these shoes. Rotate on y-axis. Tab into edit mode. Select the edge and extrude it on x-axis. Change its setting, visibility to the shadow catcher. Now it will catch the shadows of these shoes. Okay, now let's set this shoe. Okay, press the slash key to isolate the shoe. Let me create a cube, scale it according to the shoe, make it a boundary of the shoe, tap into wireframe mode, scale it, tap into edit mode and subdivide it. Sorry, again. Okay, now add modifier, shrink wrap. This will shrink the object. Sorry, this one like this. Now apply the modifier and apply the collision. I will apply it later, so you can check why I'm creating this shape. So let me turn off. Okay, let me first set it as it is. Let me make parent of the shoe. Okay, so it will parented with the shoe. Out of the view, rotate it. Now let me change that settings. Okay, so it will not be visible in render or in the viewport. Let me move it outside. Scale it. So if I show you why I did that, let me play the animation from beginning, and you can see it passing through the shoe that we don't want. And now I will select that cube and show you the magic. Let me add the collision on it, and now have a look, and you can see it colliding with that shoe, passing from that shoe. Okay, so let's animate our shoe animation. Select the shoe, move it here, keep the first position here because that we will see from frame 0 where we have a closed screen. So go to 0, start auto keying. Now 16, move it here. Now to the 120, move it here and rotate it to the 170, rotate it a little bit more and move it outside x-axis and 200, move it inside a bit. Okay, so let's play our animation. Okay, so we have just missed our first keyframe. Let's move it inside first. Okay, so it will come here, then here. Let's just change the settings of the animation. Interpolation mode to the Bezier. Let me change it to the graph editor for timing. Select this keyframe. Here it is. I think this is good to go, but let me just decrease its scale. So clear keyframes, turn on auto keyframe. So select the decrease it a little bit. Let me change the application from it's going to me now. For animation is also completed. Now let's set up our screen. Tap into shader editor, select the screen class, add a node of class connected to the surface and remove this, and I'm going to make it 443. So let's first animate it, because later we will take a duplicate of this mesh, so we don't have to do animation of this shape multiple times. So that's why I'm getting the shape first, and later we will set it on this material and texture. So select the shape, auto keying, and move it on. Just add a new material, press G, and now move it on around 10 seconds. Move it on Z axis like this. So here is our animation. Turn on Bezier and the automatic scene mode, automatic is and out. Okay. Later we will increase its speed according to our animation. Okay, so let's create our second shape. Turn on the automatic key, and now let's duplicate it and tab into edit mode. Remove this material and Alt S to scale it. Okay, so now it's outside from that glass. Now we will get a new material for this and add a logo. So I will import the PNG image of the Nike logo. Image, texture, open. Open image, and you can see in the tab editor here we have. Let me add the first nodes for the invert. Press T for the mapping. Let me unwrap it. Okay, so here it is. Let me select that edge and add mark seam. Now unwrap it again. So we will have this separate UVs on two separate sides. Right here, let me just first set this. Make it alpha. I'm just setting up the viewport. Now select the other side and set the face orientation. Okay, we are good to go. Oh, okay, so let's set this material border. We forget. Okay, so I just forget the border material setup. Let me set it. Let me make it close to this color. Increase the viewport italicness, decrease the roughness. I think this is good. Let's adjust it from the borders. This side is to go. Now let's just check it last time. Let me add a light to brighten up the shows a little bit. Sorry, sun. Okay, so I just want to lighten up only the show, but it lighting up all the scene objects. So let me show you a cool trick. Go into shading, light linking new, and add our shows into this. So now select the light and I'll show you the magic. It will affect only the shoes, you can see. So if you're liking the tutorial, please subscribe the channel and support me by liking and commenting on the video. Save the file, play the animation. And an important note, when you're playing the animation real time, it will act something different, and when you bake it, let me show you how you can bake and plane. Select the plane and go into the particle setting and Here you will bake it. Just select the keyframes. We have set up the keyframes like this end and frame start and frame end. This is a baking lifetime of the particles that we have merged with our timeline. 250 frame our timeline have, and the same 250 frame have particles. So when you bake it, it will work properly. Just increase this to slow down the speed of reacting. So everything is good to go. Now let's do the final render settings and export the animation. To final editing settings, I am increasing the samples to 1000, 1920 by 1080, and RGB, color depth 16, compression 0. Share the output folder where you want to save it. Save it. Don't forget to save the file before rendering. Save it, and now render the animation. For the completion of exporting animation, you will have files like this single image. Now let's just import them into the After Effects. Okay, so I have opened my After Effects. Let's import the image sequence into the After Effects. Double click here, go into the directory and select the first frame 000 PNG sequence. Create the composition, check it and import. So it will create the composition automatically. So you can see it's imported our animation correctly. Now let's add our video. Double click again and select the video where you have saved it. I have imported the video. Select the first composition and import the video file into that composition. Okay, so let's check it, and you can see we have successfully merged both clips. Now let's do final touches, final adjustments. Let me create a new layer, adjustment layer, add the effects, geometry. Here it is, geometry color. Okay, so first I will increase the contrast, then I will increase vibrance. So you can see the color saturation increases. I will add vignette, increase them onto the minus, so it will create dark shadow around the edges. And you can increase the exposure if you want. Let me increase to 0.1. Now let's play and check it. And we are good to go. Now let's export it to the MP4 file or any format which you want. Just press Ctrl M from your keyboard. Select the output module to high quality, and here you can check it H2.64 for the MP4 format, but I will always do this type of animations in QuickTime format. So I simply press OK. Set the file name and press the render button. Now let's check it. So here are our final results. Hope you liked it, guys, and if you liked it, please subscribe the channel and support me, so I will create further new amazing tutorials for you. See you in the next tutorial. Take care.